Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie. I'm going to be contributing to my Real Talk Tuesday series, which I have not touched on in a while. I haven't really had a topic to discuss pertaining to the series, and I do want to say that this episode is inspired by a video that was actually on Facebook. My sister had little backstory. My sister had tagged me in a video of this woman kind of ranting about what I'm going to rant about, and the recording of the video was inspired by her. However, the reason that my sister tagged me in the video to begin with was because a few weeks prior, this was like the beginning of December, she and I were together and we actually had a conversation that was pretty much exactly what this woman was talking about. So I just figured, let me just put it out there. I know it's not the first people are going to see of it because obviously other people have had similar thoughts and decided to share their feelings on the internet, but it is something I feel very strongly about, so I do want to touch on it and just kind of go off about it because why not? So this video is specifically, I will say, for moms, but I will say it is for all women and I guess for just people in general, and I'll explain why. So I have to say, before I was a mom, I didn't really understand what it was like to have to deal with a child out in public. Sometimes it's fine. I have only one child. He'll be 18 months old in a few days, and for the most part he has never really acted out in a public setting. He gets loud, but he doesn't, you know, come off as throwing a tantrum or being crazy or whatever. So I've been a little lucky in that aspect. However, I know what it's like to have a child who is being more of a tyrant than your little bundle of joy. So since being a mom, I have learned that you cannot control how your child acts. So I want to talk about the people who don't get it, or even the people that do get it and still continue to kind of contribute to this behavior, and how it's just unacceptable. I have many a time seen, because like I said, my son doesn't really act out in a public setting, at least I haven't dealt with that yet, but I have seen many a times I'll be out in public and there is a mom, and she's usually by herself, like it's usually just her and her child or children with her in this store, and they're usually in the cart or in those little carts with like the car things or whatever on them if there's multiple. And a lot of times you will be in a store and you will hear a child or a baby screaming. You will hear sometimes the mother yelling back and disciplining in public in a way that she feels is suitable for her family. And the looks that these women get, it's not right and it's not fair. If you are a mom, then you know that children are not these perfect little angels that don't ever act out or ever disagree with you and express how they feel about it in a manner that a child would. It happens. As a mom, you've seen it. But if you're not a mom, they will look at this woman as if her child is batshit crazy or spoiled rotten or not properly disciplined. Anything. They'll look at anything that's the negative rather than looking at this woman and giving her a look of it's gonna be okay, or giving her a look of I've been there, or giving her a look of it's only temporary, or some sympathy, some empathy, something. No, these women get looks like, and then, you know, people whisper like, you see that kid, like, yeah. It's bad enough that that mother is dealing with what she's dealing with in a public setting. Some women don't care, but a lot of women, and I know myself as well, I get very embarrassed in situations where there's a lot of attention drawn towards me, especially if it's in a negative light. It's embarrassing. It makes me anxious. It does not sit well with me. I don't handle it well. And while some people can, a lot of people can't and don't. And really, when there's no reason to be giving her a look as if the situation is so discerning to you, that mother has to deal with that child, not you. That mother is the only person who can do anything to change that situation, and she'll have to be uncomfortable while she's doing it, or she'll have to be aggravated and frustrated and stressed out and anxious while she's doing it, not you. So, you know, the one thing that I got a lot of when I became a mom was welcome to the club. That's what a lot of people told me, and I get it now. But that is what's the most important about a situation like this, is that it's really true. You don't know what having children is like, or being a mother is like, a parent, until you have kids. So before then, you can only imagine, and just like the common knowledge of knowing how children are and how obviously they are not mature enough and they have not lived long enough to learn these things, that mother should be nothing less than just respected, especially in a situation like that. Mom to mom, if you're one of those people that give those those parents a look of disgust, you need to put the shoe on the other foot. How would you feel if it were the other way around? And like I said, if you're not a parent, you can't even imagine it. I'm telling you, there's no reason to be giving those looks. If you don't like what's going on, don't pay any mind to it. Keep walking down the aisle. Don't make eye contact. Go to the next aisle or continue your shopping as you would. Or even just the fact that I'm telling you these things, how it actually feels to be in a situation like that. Then at least give them a smile. Give them a look of, I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Empathy. There's no need to make this woman's day any more hectic than it already is. Clearly, if it's bothering you, just imagine what it's like for her. Or for him. I can't discredit fathers. Any parent, I will say. It's not just moms. For the most part, that's what I see, to be completely honest. But it's not just moms. It's a parent in general. Be respectful. Don't be judgmental. Be accepting. Be helpful. But don't be a factor in this person's bad day. I can tell you, I know, for example, like I said, and I'll repeat it again, my son's never really acted out. He's done things that I did feel a little embarrassed, actually. For example, we were at our local grocery store, and I was picking him out a new toothbrush. And there was this one, it was a blue one with the suction on the bottom that lights up for a minute. I'm pretty sure everybody and their mother has this toothbrush for their kids. And he saw the light, I handed it to him, and I let him play with it throughout the rest of the trip to the store. I didn't have much to get. I was moving pretty quickly. I knew what I wanted. I was trying to get out. Well, he's playing with the toothbrush, and every time the cart stops, he gets a little antsy. He doesn't like when the cart's not moving. So this happened. And he felt this way, and he reacted. And what he did was throw his toothbrush across the aisle where people were. Hit this woman's shoe. And I, at first, was just embarrassed. I had to just like look at him and almost pretend to discipline him in a way that like I normally wouldn't, because I felt like I couldn't. Not that I beat my child to go crazy, but like I would have in a stern voice told him no, and I felt like I had to joke and say, that's not nice, you know, and that's just not me. I wouldn't do that. But in public, I felt like I had to, because it's not a comfortable situation. That's the only way I can really say it. It's not a comfortable situation. And I was so happy because the one woman looked at me and kind of chuckled. She didn't judge. But then there was this other woman behind her who saw it happen. She picked up the toothbrush, she handed it to me, and she said, don't you worry, honey. I dealt with it 4 times. We've all been there. And it made my day, and it made the situation so much easier to handle. It just felt good. It really just felt good. Even just being that way, reacting in that manner to somebody who's going through that, could really change their whole day. Can make it easier, which in turn might settle down the child, because the less the parent is frustrated, it's kind of easier to get your child back on that level of just being cool with what's going on. It was great. And I know for me, from now on, not that I ever sat and judged, I really just was somebody who didn't really pay any mind until becoming a parent, but I want to do the same for somebody else someday. If I'm in that situation, if I'm the other person in that situation, it just feels good. And it's 2019. Is everybody on board of like trying to help people feel better about themselves, about their day, about life? So that's all I really want to say on the matter. I know this is kind of a shorter one, but I just kind of wanted to get that out and rant that out a little bit, and just to help give out some positive vibes. I hope everybody had a great holiday and is having a happy new year thus far. I hope 2019 is a blessing to all of you, and everybody can be happy if we just be nice to each other. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Also, please subscribe if you are new. I'd love to have you a part of my YouTube family. Hope you're all having a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I'll see you all very soon in my next one. Bye.